Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Spiritual Spotlight series. Today, I am joined by Victoria Lovett. She is an RTT therapist. Victoria, thank you so much for coming to the Spiritual Spotlight series. I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you for having me.
So, we're going to talk about RTT a lot in this session. So, it's rapid transformational therapy. So, RTT has an 80% success rate, a remarkable figure from the world of therapy. What do you believe is at the core of its success, and how does RTT differ from traditional therapeutic methods in creating such transformative outcomes? That's a very meaty question to start this out with.
I know, but I'm glad because I want to, it needs to be explained because it's so complicated.
It is.
So the main difference that RTT has that no other therapy has is that it is like 95% of the session is done while you're in your subconscious mind.
Nice.
And the way you're in your subconscious mind is you do like a little 10-minute induction into like a hypnosis, or other words, like a deep meditative state.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will walk you through and get you into that deep meditative state. And then your brain can access your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
And that is where 95% of our mind are. So 95% of our mind is our subconscious mind. And it's you can't access it while you're in the state we're in right now. Like in this awake state, you cannot access your subconscious mind in this awake state. So it's like that when you're in the hypnosis, it's like you're in that sleep where, when you're like going to sleep and your leg will just jerk.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the sleep you're in. Like you can still hear things in the background, but it's kind of like that twilighty sleep.
Right.
So I'm not going to be able to tell you, okay, write me a check for $1 million. Like hypnosis is not something that someone can make you do what you don't want to do. Like, of course, like if you're coming to me, you want to change something. There's something you want to change.
Yeah.
So I'm going to help you access something in your past that has caused you to have this bad habit, to feel these thoughts, to have these emotions, because all our feelings, all our thoughts, our emotions, and importantly, our habits are in our subconscious mind. So we want to get into that subconscious mind. And then I'm like kind of asking questions of, why do you believe let's say, why are you afraid of flying?
Right.
And so, tell me the reason. We're going to go back to a scene and tell me the first time you remembered being afraid of heights. And I did this recently, and the girl was like, she remembered her dad picking her up when she was like 3 or 4 and holding her over like a bridge, like over like a lake. They were on a bridge and he was like holding her over the water.
Oh my gosh.
And she like came up with that, and she was like, oh my God, I only am just remembering this. Like when we started talking after her session, she was like, oh my God, I never even remembered that. And so that is why, I mean, of course she's going to be afraid of heights if her dad is like holding her out when they're on this bridge. But so she figured it out.
Right.
And I mean, that was it. It's like the simplest little thing that happened in your childhood, but we just don't remember it. And most of your subconscious is formed by the age of 6. So it's like, that's where like our core beliefs come.
Right. That makes complete sense. I love that. When people hear the term hypnotherapy, it often conjures up images of stage performance or mind control. How do you dispel these myths in your work? And how does hypnotherapy and RTT empower clients rather than controlling them?
Well, hypnotherapy, the one on the stage, is not real therapy. Like you'll notice that like it's people that like the stage hypnotherapist will like pick people out of the audience, like wait, who wants to come up? And so it's the people that are, they're very easily told what to do.
Yeah.
Like they want to be up on stage and they want to act a fool. Yeah. So that's not real hypnosis. I mean, that's just like stage hypnosis. So, and that does not get into their subconscious mind.
Right.
It's not at all the same thing. And every hypnotherapist would be a billionaire if we could make people do whatever we wanted. because we'd all be like, write us a check for $10 million. I want you to buy me a house. I want you to do this. So, I mean, it's absolutely
come mow my
impossible
lawn.
to be told to do something that you don't want to
Right.
do. And like at any time, you could literally get up and walk out. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, like say, you know, your dog started barking or your kids started crying.
Mhm.
Like, it's not like you can't wake up from it.
Of course.
And like, if we were doing a Zoom call
Yeah.
and say, the Wi-Fi got interrupted,
Right.
then you would be able to come out of it. Like, it's
Right.
not like you need me to say, okay, you can now come out of it. It's not like some magical power that I have over you.
Like,
It's not so,
Rachel.
yeah, look into, yeah, like with the, like, that little stopwatch,
Yes.
look at the
And
watch.
I'm like,
It's not like
yes.
that. That's more like TV is kind of like messed it up a little
Yes.
bit. And like, but that's what I thought when I first, started thinking about it and hearing
Yeah.
about it. I was like, oh God, like, what am I going to have to do? Like, I mean, I really did think that, I mean, I thought that it was the same as we all thought, that it was like, I'm
Absolutely.
going to be clucking like a chicken, who knows what I'm going to do. But yeah, it's life changing. I mean, RTT is just absolutely life changing. It's like the coolest thing ever. It really is. Like, it can just completely transform your life.
I love that. So
It's amazing.
You kind of brought this up a little bit ago, but RTT, it dives deep into the subconscious, sometimes unearthing long buried beliefs formed in childhood. What is it like for clients to confront these hidden issues, and how do you guide them through the discomfort that can come with such profound revelations?
Well, what we do is I've had a lot of experience with trauma. I've worked with people in rehab. So,
Wow.
they're like, it's very intense, and there's can be some really intense scenes that come up.
Yeah.
And what I say is, just imagine that you're looking at it on a screen, like you're looking at it on a TV screen or your computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
You're not reliving it. You're just watching it, and you're getting what you need to get from it to realize why you're having issues and why you act the way you do,
Right.
why you do drugs, why you drink alcohol is because you don't want to feel, and you're like filling that hole,
Right.
feeling like, you're not enough, or, I'm different. Nobody wants to be with me. Nobody loves me, just like, so replacing those feelings that they get when something triggers them, but they don't understand why they're being triggered to drink or to do drugs. But then once they figure it out, like, oh, that's why, then we can stop it and reframe it, and they can look at it in a different way. So we're like reframing what happened in their subconscious mind. So they're not actually experiencing it, but they will. I mean, I'll be like, I'm right here with you, but they will cry. I mean, they'll cry when because they're still watching something very sad. But I just reassure them, look, I'm here with you. You're safe. Everything's going to be okay. And this is not happening to you again. You're just watching it, and you're understanding why you have this bad habit, or why you feel this way about yourself, or why you feel that you're not worthy, or whatever the issue is.
Right.
So like but that's a very good question though, because a lot of people are scared because they're like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to see why.
And they also feel uncomfortable having to witness to those traumatic moments because they're in a very vulnerable spot, which sounds like you're offering a very safe space, non-judgmental, like, let's help you work with this and let's get you through the session.
Yeah. And I mean, they'll come out of it and like, they'll just be like, oh my God, I feel like the biggest weight has been lifted off of me. Like a lot. I mean, they're just like, oh my God. I mean, because they're kind of like processing those feelings while they're in their subconscious mind. So they're not having to process it as much in their conscious mind. So they feel like, oh my God, now I understand why I do this. It just feels like I've done it, because when we were in school, we practiced on each other.
Nice.
But it's just such a freeing feeling.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you just feel like so light.
Right.
After your session. It's really cool.
And you kind of just brought this up also. So in your work, you help clients not only identify limiting beliefs, but also reframe them. Can you maybe share an example of a particularly transformative reframe that changed the course of someone's life? Maybe one of your clients you can share.
Yes, I have one client that had money issues, and she just like, as she said, whenever I make money, it's always like, just goes, just goes like to bills. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
I can never catch up. I can never catch up. So we went back to her childhood, and there was one specific memory that she had, that she took money out of her mom's wallet because she wanted to be like her friends. And anyway, so she took her money because she wanted to have money to shop with her friends when she
Yeah.
was younger. Well, her mom found out. And when she came home, her mom was just yelling at her.
Right.
And, oh my gosh, how could you do this to me? And so she felt ashamed
Mm,
about money.
of
And
course.
she had another memory where she was shopping with her friends, and the friends' parents had more money than her parents did. So
Yeah.
it made her feel like, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough. It's not available to me. Like,
Right.
money's not available to me. And her mom would always talk about how they don't have enough money. They can't afford that. They can't afford that. So that, like, is in her
Right.
subconscious
Yes.
mind, like, I can't afford that. We don't have enough. I'm not worthy, because her mom wouldn't give
Right.
her money to. So all that was centered around her ideas with money.
Yeah.
And
And
then she was like, oh my gosh. So I would just reframe it as, okay, now I'll say, now, do you know now, why do you see why you have this feeling about money? And so then we'll just say, okay, well, that was your mom. You're not dependent on your mother anymore for money.
right.
You can make your own money,
Hmm.
and you don't need anybody to give you money. You can make your own money. So that was like the reframe of,
Right.
like,
Right.
you no longer need to ask someone for money. You make your own money now.
Yeah.
So then she just had like that, oh my God, wow, like that aha moment that, yeah, I don't need to feel ashamed. Like, I'm not
Exactly.
asking anybody for money. I don't need to feel ashamed about money.
Right.
And then she was able to ask her clients, because she felt bad asking her clients for money. So then she felt better about herself. And so she was then able to,
Yeah.
ask her clients for money, for more
Which
money,
is
because she
so
was giving away a
important.
bunch of free sessions and stuff. So,
You're like,
I mean,
ma'am.
it's great in the beginning, but,
Yeah.
it's like after a while. So, yeah, it totally changed everything for her
I love
with
that.
money.
I love
Yeah.
that. It's interesting how what we may view as benign events, how it has such a lasting impact in our future and how we treat things and how we act towards situations. It's interesting. It's fascinating, right?
Yeah, it's like could be the tiniest little thing, or even like a conversation that you heard, or you just heard part of a
Yes.
conversation.
Yes.
And that is like in your subconscious mind, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not enough. Like, I
Right.
don't belong. I don't
Right. I'm
belong.
not
Like, that's like
worthy.
yes.
Yes.
And that's like the number one thing. Everybody is like, I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. Especially with addicts, that they're like,
Mm.
and any kind of addict, a shopping addict, drugs,
Food.
alcohol, sex, food.
Yeah, all of
It's
it.
like, it's filling that hole.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. And I
yeah,
and
yeah,
oh, go
go ahead.
ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. Don't be sorry. And I think that people don't realize that you could be addicted to so many things. You could be
Oh,
addicted to exercise. You could be addicted to water. You could be addicted. Like, it's like, where are we displacing this feeling of unworthiness onto I'm going to have repetitive,
right.
obsessive actions towards
Yeah.
something. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Like, social media
fascinating.
is huge right now. Like, a lot of kids, especially, and adults,
Yes.
are addicted to social media, are
Yes.
addicted to video games. Like,
Yes.
it's like screen addiction is a huge thing.
Yes.
And it's like, you don't want to feel, so you just can get on your phone. It's like the
Right.
easiest thing ever.
It,
Like, I
well,
don't want to feel my feelings. I don't want to feel, so I'm just going to get on here and distract myself.
I will say that, it's interesting. And I wonder if I don't know if you work with younger clientele, but I've noticed that, like my son, he's 15 and he talks a lot about like brain rot and how there is like rot on social media. And I'm like, what is that? He's like, it's just the dumbest thing that people will spend hours and hours just rotting their brain away. And now I've seen it like adults are like, well, I'm going to rot in the bed all day. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's like, that's the worst thing. Like, don't say that, because your subconscious mind
Exactly.
believes
It's picking
everything
up.
you
Yes.
say. And it's like, oh, okay, you're going to rot in the bed all day. Okay, I'll make you sick then. And you really will be
Right.
rotting in the bed
I'll
all
show
day.
you rot.
Yeah. Yeah. You've got to be like so careful. That's another thing about your subconscious mind. It believes everything you
Yeah,
say.
Yes,
So if you
negative
joke
thoughts, it
around,
doesn't
even like, oh
matter.
my God, I'm so fat. And then your mind's like, okay,
Cancel,
you're so
cancel.
fat. Okay, then I guess we're gonna eat then. I
Right.
mean, it's like it is crazy. You've got to be so careful about what you say
So
to
true.
yourself because your mind believes every single
So
thing you
true.
say, whether it's true or whether it's a lie.
So
So
true.
you've got to be so careful with self-talk and
Yes, everything.
because it is, I mean, and a
Everything.
lot of us do it. I mean, negative
We
self-talk.
do. And I'm sorry, this is a little bit off topic. I've recently been watching this like master class, and he's teaching about like how to live a more, I guess, positive life, like, in a nutshell. And the lesson today, and I thought it was fascinating, he was like, you cannot live a peaceful life if you're in conflict, if you're in negativity, if you're complaining. It's like that. He's like, conflict, complaining creates disruption.
Yep.
Gratitude creates peace. And he's like, you have to be in a gratitude in that loving nature instead of this conflict. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he's like, if somebody's complaining, then they're not in peace. I'm like, oh my
Right.
goodness.
It's so true. Like that negativity, it's like the more you complain, the more bad
Yes.
things are going to come to you.
Yes. And it gets
Yeah.
buried deep down into us. And I feel like it almost lights up a beacon of, well, bring me more.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it does it like whatever you think you attract.
Right.
So if you think negative thoughts, you're attracting more negative things.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
it's like that The Secret, like that book The
Yes.
Secret.
Yes.
That it's like, what you attract what you are. They say you attract what you are. So if
Yeah.
you're like an unhappy person,
Guess
you're
what?
probably going to attract you're going to attract another unhappy person.
Relationship,
Yeah.
job, everything.
Everything. Oh yeah.
Everything. So
Yeah.
important. So important. So the idea of transformation is central to RTT and your practice. How do you measure or define transformation in your clients, especially in a field where progress can sometimes feel intangible?
Well, what we do that is huge for progress. I mean, usually right after the session, since
Yeah,
we've delved in, since we were
of
talking about
course.
before, they already feel really
The weight
different.
lifted off them. Yes.
Yes. And then I ask before at the beginning of the session, I'll say, okay, what is it that you want?
Mm,
Like, I have a magic wand. Tell me what you want. What are you here for?
yeah.
What do you want to feel? How do you want to look? How do you want people to respond to you? How do you want to act? What kind of clothes do you want to wear? I mean, just like
Everything. Yeah.
what do you want from this?
Hmm.
And so I write down everything that they want. And then I make them an audio, like a customized audio.
I love
And I
that.
put every single thing that they want in this audio. And it's like positive affirmations, but it's using their words.
Yeah.
Because if you're using it in your own words, you
Right.
believe it more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just make them listen. I make them like a 10-minute audio and I'll just send them,
Mhm.
email them the audio. And so they can just listen to it, on their phone or
Yeah.
in the car. And so it's just like positive affirmations, like you're amazing, you're so thin, you're healthy, you love working out, you love eating healthy food. I mean, just like whatever they've told me
Right.
that they want,
Right. Right. Right.
I
Right.
just repeat it and put
Hmm.
it in their brain and they listen to it. And after I like 21-30 is really probably the best, but 21 days is how long it takes for your
Nice.
mind to create new neural pathways.
Gotcha.
So 21 is like, the least, but
Hmm.
30 is even better. That's why a
Hmm.
lot of rehabs are like 30 days
Wow.
because it takes 30 days to change those to change the neural
Right.
pathways.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
to, get rid of the old one and create a new one.
Yeah.
So that's why that's like a 30-day or like any kind of thing or camp or whatever that
Hmm.
you go
Hmm.
to, like it's like 30 days. It seems like 30 days is like
The magic number.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
It's
that.
like, but yeah, so they just listen to it for 10 minutes every day,
Right.
either first thing in the morning or when they go to sleep. And I'm put them in a quick little hypnosis.
Sure.
So they're listening to it in their subconscious mind. So
Nice.
that's why. So I talk them through that, but I tell them, obviously don't listen to the first part of it while you're driving,
Of course.
but but just listen to the affirmation.
Yes. I love
But
that.
it's so cool. So it's like 10-15 minutes
Right.
and you
Right.
listen to that for 21 to 30 days.
Right.
And then it's like automatic. it's like a habit. It's already like in your brain, like,
I
you know,
love
like
that.
driving or something. Like, you know,
Right.
when you're in your subconscious
Mhm.
mind, you get home and you're like,
How to get
how did I
home?
get here?
You know?
Because we've done it so many times
Yes.
that it's been a neural pathway has
Right.
formed in our
Right.
brain that we can do it while we're not even paying attention.
It's
We
so
can just kind
wild.
of, we can be thinking about a million other things.
Right. It's so, so true. So spirituality and therapy often intersect in your work. How do you
Yes.
incorporate spiritual practices or beliefs into RTT when working with clients who may have a deep connection to their spiritual path?
Well, that's another thing. It's the spiritual soul is also a
Yeah.
part of your subconscious mind.
Yes.
So that's like, it's very easy to connect that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we're not using like, you know, it's not like religion specific.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
it's like, it can be for anybody,
Anybody. It
like
doesn't matter. You're right.
anybody,
Right.
right? It's just like, you know, it's just like your essence.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
just your essence of who you are, like who your soul. So
Right.
it just connects on that level because that spiritual soul is in your subconscious mind.
Right.
So
Right.
it's perfect for that, like for you know, change and just having
Yes.
deep change. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's amazing.
I mean, I feel
They
like anyone that's on
yeah,
a spiritual awakening path or on a spiritual path, they're looking for transformation. They're looking
yeah,
for that. I need an RTC session or I need this. Like they're looking for that piece that they might feel is
yeah,
missing, like within
yeah.
themselves. So I
And there's a
definitely,
lot. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean it can just get, you're just like, why do I feel this way? And people really truly do not know like why they feel this way. And then they get into their subconscious and they're like, oh my gosh, because I heard my mom say something when
yes,
I was a child. All right, she said this, and I thought she liked my sister better than me. And
right,
so then they're always thinking their whole life, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not
yes,
enough.
yeah. My
And
sister's
so
more
it's like,
important. Yeah,
right. And it's like, you know, then they all have them in like in situations like that.
yeah,
I'll say, okay, let's have a conversation with your mom. Like you're you,
right.
and then you're gonna ask your mom questions, and then you're gonna speak back as your mom.
Hmm.
And so they can have a conversation with their mom, whether they're still alive,
Right.
you know, if they're still alive, even if they're still alive, or if they've passed on, they
Yeah.
can still, because it'll just come through.
Love
It's
that.
like super cool. Like
I
it'll
love
make you
that.
understand, oh, that's why my mom said that. It's not like, it's not you. Your mom was just, you know, you just missed a little bit. The conversation
Right.
continued, but you just heard the first part of the
Of
conversation.
course. Of
And of
course.
course, your mother would not meaningly, you know, well,
Exactly.
no good mother would mean to make you feel less than or
Of
make you feel like
course.
you're not equal. And
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Totally
it's just,
agree.
it could be the tiniest little thing, or it could be a huge thing that you've just blocked,
I
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, given the rise of digital therapy platforms, how does RTT translate when done over Zoom, FaceTime, or other virtual mediums? Do you find that the effectiveness of the therapy changes when it's conducted remotely?
I really don't. And I even have a client here in Houston,
Hmm.
and we did a session, and he lives like, I mean, Houston's a huge city.
Right.
So he lived like on the out, kind of like on the outskirts, and I
Hmm.
lived more closer into everything. And so he said, let's just do a Zoom then. And so I'm like, okay, great. And, you know, he was gay. And so we had some issues with like the church leader when he was
Right.
a little boy, saying, you know, it's a sin, oh no, you know, you're gonna go to hell. Like, I mean, like a lot of gay people had heard back
Yes.
then.
Absolutely.
And so he just felt so much shame over that. And I'm like, you know, and he was like, you know, kind of just crying in his session. And
Aw.
he came out of his session and he was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize I was crying. But it's like he said, I didn't really think it was gonna work that well over
No,
Zoom, but it's super powerful.
it
And I
is.
feel like you feel maybe safer too when you're at home.
Because you're in your own personal environment.
Right. And
Right.
yeah, I mean, you're controlled. You don't, and you also don't have to get in your car and drive there. And,
Yeah. Be
you
stressed
know,
out. Can't
time.
find
Yeah.
parking. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like, it's just, you just are at home. You don't have to carve
Right.
out any extra time for traveling and traffic and miss time away from your loved ones. You can do it, you know, while your kids are at school, when you're not working.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it seems to, I've never had a client that said, oh my God, I think it would be better next time if we did it
in
in
person.
person. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will say that I feel the exact same way when I'm doing my healing work or I have my clients. I'm like, I don't do any in person anymore. I'm like, I do it all over Zoom. It's the
Yeah.
same energy follows intention. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have the same outcome. I don't need to
Yeah.
be.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like people like it better. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the, benefits from all this, that
Oh my
craziness that was
goodness.
going on,
Oh, it's still going on.
Oh my gosh, I know. Oh, it's awful, awful, awful.
I
But
love
we
it.
all like kind of try to figure out a way to, you know,
Live again.
work around it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So before I ask you the last question, if anyone is interested in learning more about you, what is the best place for them to go to?
They can go to my Instagram, which is Victoria Lovett,
Mhm.
RTT, and they can go to my website, which is Victoria-Lovett, Lovett, RTT. So Victoria Lovett, RTT.com.
I love that. I love that.
So yeah, it's really honestly it's just life changing.
I love it.
Yeah,
So, as
it's
someone
amazing.
who facilitates profound healing and transformation, what piece of advice would you offer to our audience, many of whom are at different stages of their own spiritual and healing journeys?
I would say don't be so hard on yourself.
Mm,
And I think that like meditating is so important. Like even if it's just for like 5 minutes a day.
right.
Like even if you're just sitting and there's guided meditations you can listen to,
Yes.
like you can just get on, just Google 5 minute
Mhm.
relaxation meditation
Right.
or 5 minutes, because it's so like people think that in order to meditate, they have to have their mind completely blank.
Mhm.
And if your mind is completely blank, then you're dead. Your brain dead. I mean, so you're going to have those thoughts,
Right, right,
you
right.
know. So it's like, don't think, oh my God, I can't do this just because you're thinking about things.
Right.
You just try to just, concentrate on your breathing or concentrate on what you're listening
Mhm.
to. But I mean, just 5 minutes a day
Yes.
is I mean, even 2 minutes a day
Yes.
is like such a huge, like life changing. That's a great way to change
Yes.
your neural pathways in your brain.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah,
Absolutely.
it's amazing. So I would say definitely everyone just find a little 5 minute meditation,
Right. Be
and
gentle on
that will
yourself.
really change your
Yes.
brain and calm it down.
Right.
Yeah,
I love that.
it's really good.
I love that. Well, Victoria, I want to say thank you so much for coming to the Spiritual Spotlight series. This truly has been amazing to connect with you today.
Thank you so much for having me. That was so much fun. I love being able to tell people about it and not like, kind of have them not be so scared of hypnosis, because
I
it's
love
not a
that.
bad thing. You can get out of it, I promise. Yourself. We're not controlling you.